variable, sample and population. In statistics, a variable is a characteristics of interest that you measure, record and analyze. Variables are attributes that describe a person, place, things or idea. Characteristics or qualities that can be counted or measured. Any data item that can be qualified or examined. Placeholders of data that can change or vary across different observation or experiments. Here are some common types of variables. There are mainly two types of variables, categorical and numerical. Categorical also divided nominal and ordinal, and numerical also divided discrete and continuous variable. Interval and ratio also part of the continuous variable. Categorical variable. Categorical variable contains categorical data like binary, nominal and ordinal variables. Binary variables. Binary variables outcomes yes or no, like a coin flip. We will get normally heads or tails. Nominal variable used to label or classify data into distinct categories. These categories are non-numerical and have no inherent order or ranking, like a species name, colors and brands. Ordinal variable. Ordinal variables groups that are ranked in a specific order. Rating scale responses in a survey. Next come to quantitative variables. Quantitative variables contains quantitative data, discrete and continuous. Discrete variables counts of individual items or values, like number of students in a class, maybe 50 or 60 students in a class. Continuous variable. Continuous variable measurements of continuous or non-finite values, distance, volume and age, all are continuous variable. Next, types of variable depends on parts of the experiment. Control variable, dependent variable and independent variable. Control variable. Control variables that are held constant throughout the experiment. In a study on the relationship between income level and happiness, researchers might control for factors like education level and marital status. Dependent variables. Dependent variables that represent the outcome of the experiment, and independent variables you manipulate in order to affect the outcomes of an experiment. In a study to determine whether how long a student sleeps affect test score, the independent variable is the length of time spent sleeping, while the dependent variable is the test score. Actually, test score dependent on time spent of sleeping. Next, other common types of variables like confounding variables, latent variables and composite variables. Confounding variables, a variable that hides the true effect of another variable in your experiment. You collect data on sunburns and ice cream consumption. you find that higher ice cream consumption is associated with a higher probability of sunburn. Does that mean ice cream consumption causes sunburn? Actually, here the confounding variable is temperature. High temperatures cause people to both eat more ice cream and spend more time outdoors like beaches, so under the sun, resulting in more sunburn. Latent variables, a variable that cannot be directly measured but that you present via a proxy. Quality of life is a latent variable which cannot be measured directly, so observable variables are used to infer quality of life. Observable variables to measure quality of life include wealth, like EWS, economic weaker section, employment, maybe labor, daily wages, and social belonging. All are actually observable variables to measure quality of life. Composite variables, a variable that is made by combining multiple variables in an experiment. The Human Development Index, HDI, combines indicators like life expectancy, education, and income, which are on different scale, into a single index. First, I will come to population and sample. Population in statistics, the population comprises all observation data points about the subject under study. An example of a population is studying the voters in an election in the 2024 Lok Sabha election India. Nearly 968 million voters were eligible to vote in 543 constituencies. Sample. In statistics, a sample is a subset of the population. It's a small portion of the total observed population. An example of a sample is analyze the first time voters for an opinion poll. Population. The whole group of people, items, or element of interest. That is population. A sample is subset of the population that researchers select and include in their study. That is the subset of the population.